day, and it's very exciting to me anytime I get to talk about social media intelligence because it's so very important to not only our personal lives but also our professional lives. How we are portrayed, how we are seen, and how we are developed online will make or break us. So we are going to start this morning by you getting a pen and a piece of paper. And I am different from the other speakers as I will have you write. The topic today is global mentality in a small town. And I was asked, are you calling Memphis a small town? It really depends on your mentality as to whether you are global and targeting your local market. You can be in a small town and have a global mentality, okay? A small town like 20,000 people. You can be in Memphis and have a small town mentality in a large city. So we cap it by saying global mentality in a small town, social media intelligence defined. There are a few questions I plan to ask you today to determine if you are a global mentality purposed person. It is adopted by the far-reaching effect of the internet encompassing social media platforms. As you know, there are many of those, providing vast diversity tools to enhance our influence. Everyone say influence.
Influence.
And development. Say development.
Development.
In several things. Personal relationships.
Personal
We just
relationship.
heard about that. Business growth. Nonprofit fundraisers. Professional clout. How many of you have checked your clout score lately? How many of you know what clout is? Okay, social media intelligence. Somebody tell me what clout is.
Clout is sort of like it's a third-party measurement tool of what your social influence is. From what
Exactly.
you post and what you do, who you follow, who follows you. It sort of takes that and it is what it is. It talks about how much clout you have with your social media presence.
Exactly, and it measures your engagement. So important with social media intelligence that you're not just spitting out information, you are engaging people. So may I ask, what is your clout score? Because it's very difficult to get a high clout score.
I've been as high as 57.
Excellent.
I usually hover in the 30s. It depends on, Twitter's not my weapon of choice.
Right.
LinkedIn and Facebook are something, since I'm a content generator, that I feel more comfortable in. So usually hover around 37 or so.
Okay, so Clout, KLOUT.com. I encourage all of you to go there, get set up, and measure your successes. Right now, I'm at 65. It's very difficult to be at 65. Terry Murphy is at 65. So those that are really, really actively, that's my job, right? Social media intelligence. So those that are actively involved on social media are going to usually range anywhere from 65 to 70. I have not yet seen anyone rank any higher. Has anyone here? Okay, so that's a very great tool to use to see how you're influential online. Connecting internationally may not be your vision, but should it be? We are in a global society. Yes, we need to target market our local areas. How can we do that? We can do that through Twitter. We can do that through hashtag Memphis, hashtag Nashville, hashtag Atlanta, right? So that we're hitting those feeds, and that's a whole different workshop, but that's what Twitter does for you. It helps you to target those conversations, and you can also be globally interacting around the world. Today we are going to find out if you are a small town thinker, say small town thinker,
Small town thinker.
I call it STT, or a global interactor, say global interactor,
Global interactor.
which I call GI. Okay? What is the scope of your social media presence? And breaking that down, an STT has one or no social media profiles set to maximum privacy with little conversation. Okay, they're in jail. They're in social media jail, behind bars. Okay, that's a small town thinker. A GI or a global interactor has 3 to 5 social media profiles opened to interaction and conversation or engagement. Okay? Now, what do I mean by opened? I mean that yes, your privacy settings are set the way that you believe they should be set. There's certain boundaries everyone has depending on what your profession is. Okay? But if you are on lockdown, then why are you online? If you are there for business, you must be accessible to people so that they can learn about you and you can learn about them and you can develop those relationships that Jana was talking about. Very important. Do you provide international access to potential clients or members? Is there a yes or a no in the room?
Yes.
Okay, tell us how you do that.
Well, I interact with people on an international level, and that's probably the best way to do it.
How do you interact?
Well, I follow on LinkedIn. You have your influencers there, and comment on their articles. Follow them on Twitter, and share my thoughts with them, which is
Exactly.
positioning myself as someone who is in their sphere of influence if they take me up on mine.
Yes. So you brand yourself as influential because you are. You're not making this up. This is information that you have that you are sharing. But you're also commenting on the information that you are gaining from those that you're interacting with. So you are a global interactor. Very important. A small town thinker, when it comes to this discussion that we're having about the scope of your media presence, will have one basic website with no social media icons or share buttons. Can anybody relate that you have a basic website, you have no share buttons, you have no social media icons? Okay, there's some, all right? So that is a small town thinker, but we are here because we're going to become what? A global interactor. All right, so a global interactor has one or more websites with e-commerce and or podcast, social interaction, and an active, well-written blog.